I've been accused of selling a fake. Welcome back, troglodytes, to your daily dose of guitar information, the Trogly's Guitar Show. A humorous situation arose today where I've been accused of selling a fake guitar to somebody 2.5 years ago. Now, obviously, that is not true. I've never sold a fake guitar to anybody. But let's go ahead and dive into this for fun, because there's a cool guitar that I found on Reverb that I'd like to tie in with the story too. This is the guitar that's in question. It's a rather rare model, a 1996 Les Paul Custom Florentine. And I remember the story real well for this one because it didn't actually sell on Reverb, it was a private PayPal sale. But thankfully, I still have this old Reverb listing so we can actually see some photos of this thing, right? A collector buddy of mine, at this point in time, we were talking like every single day, sending guitar pictures to each other, he was buying a bunch of stuff, but one of his buddies wanted to get into the guitar realm. I don't remember exactly what he was looking for. I think it was just a Les Paul Custom, and this was the only thing that I had in my shop at the time that kind of fit that definition. So my friend linked me up with his friend, and then we just kind of made it a deal on this. I really do not remember how much I sold this for. I think it was probably about $2,600, which in today's terms is a pretty darn good deal. But apparently he is ready to sell this guitar, and he has it in consignment at some sort of a shop, and they've had 2 separate people say it is a fake. What's my response to that? It's not fake. Anyone who's told you that is uneducated in Gibson guitars. Oh, that might seem a little bit bullish, but let's go ahead and take a look at this thing real in depth. So the Florentine model, it's like a chambered out Les Paul that has the F-holes. They are completely different from the later made ES LPs. Those guys actually have the form sides, back and top, whereas this started life, more traditional for the most part. So these things actually have quite substantial weight to them. They feel and sound like a regular Les Paul, but they have a little bit more of like an open, airy tone to them. So I can certainly understand how somebody just walking into a shop seeing this would probably go, yeah, that's fake. They never made ones with F-holes. But let's take a look at some of the telltale signs right away. So we've got these tooling marks around the Gibson custom logo. A lot of times people will think, oh, that must mean it's fake. Gibson would never make something that looks like that. No, it's fake if it doesn't have that, especially from the 90s. That's just a lacquer shrinking thing. It has to do with how they sandblast the top or something when I was talking to a custom shop employee. Certain examples look better than others, some look worse. But if you see that around the Gibson logo, you are way okay, good to go. So nothing wrong with that. We've got the fret nibs on here. Most Chinese fakes do not go as far to do that, but some of the modern ones do. I think it's like a $30 upcharge if you're ordering it brand new for that. Then looking at our body, this all looks good. You definitely have to check your cutaways, make sure you don't have any super pointy horns, but remember, if you're buying like a 70s, 80s Gibson, they are a little bit pointier than other ones. So everything's looking good here. You can always take a look at your bridge, check for metric studs. Many times they'll have a slotted screw right here. Most Gibsons don't have that. Some of the more modern day ones will have a hex key adjustment, but you gotta watch out. Sometimes people put Faber parts on here, which are really high-end, nice parts, but they have the metric style adjustments. So that's not always a telltale sign. But everything is 1000% good here. There's nothing to worry about. Moving on to the back, let's take a look at our serial number. Yep, that's all good. That dates it to 1996 in this particular case. And our custom shop decal's perfectly fine. Legitimate Grover tuners. It's a little bit hard to tell in this photo, but you've got the headstock wings. That's another good thing to check for. And wow, the back on this one is absolutely fantastic. I kind of missed this guitar. That was my first reaction to this, to prove that I 100% guarantee that this thing is legitimate, besides making this video on top of it all, is I offered to buy it back. But honestly, I think he would be much better off selling this on his own because these Florentine customs, they're very rare. And here we can see we've still had the original pickups in here. Our routes are all looking the way they're supposed to be. And that's still factory solder work. I'm sure somebody could open this up and be like, whoa, what's going on here? Well, it's a Florentine Les Paul Custom. That's why it's all chambered out. So no doubt in my mind, I did not sell a fake guitar. I thought it was a fun little, slightly humorous situation, but I also take it very seriously because that's attacking my word, my character, my judgment. I don't screw people over. That's not what I'm in the business for. I'm your friendly, helpful guitar guy that just makes videos every day to help you understand them. So feel free to check out this full review and demo I did of it a long time ago. This is kind of in an interesting era when I was like experimenting with the current style that I'm doing yet today. Judging by this, I probably just got my new camera lens because you can get the whole guitar in the shot. So there's some playing demos, there's a little bit of history with these. I think this was back when I actually went through the condition first before I actually talked about anything. So yeah, that tells you this is old. Wow, August 2017. We're talking about 3 years old now. That's crazy that I can go back on my YouTube channel and see every guitar that I've pretty much ever sold, even if it was 3 years ago. I think the ones that are about 5 years ago is when the history is a little bit hazy and you have like the carpet ones. And this was back when I was using my Gibson Super Gold Tone and my Marshall JMP-1C. I still have that gold tone. But anyways, now the would you rock or not portion of this. So in trying to help clear my name for this, I wanted to send him a link to something of another Gibson Florentine that's currently for sale. Now that can be kind of hard to find because Florentine also refers to this type of a cutaway. But even today, we've got a black one on the market for $5,000, which I think is a little bit of wishful thinking on that price. You've got a cool golden one. You've got this nice natural one. We've already talked about this one before on a guitar hunting episode. That is a fantastic example. The P90s, I have never seen that before. Whoa, what is this? There were some freaky Florentines made. I've never seen a quilty top one. That's nice. Especially with no inlay markers. Is somebody doing some modifications or is this some sort of a freaky custom order? I like that. That's nice. But anyways, I ran across this one. This one has a Carina top to it. That is so fascinating to me. And on top of it, you get black binding. I don't know if that was a good choice or not because it doesn't really pop the guitar as much anymore. But that wood grain here just makes it look so exotic. You've got the gold hardware, Nashville style bridge, black topper hats. If this would have had cream plastics and regular binding, it probably would have brought out the natural tones in the wood a little bit more. But since this has the black, it really brings out like the shielding stuff that they did inside of the F-holes, and it pops the dark streaks within the wood. Take a look at your neck binding too, completely black. Unfortunately, we've got some finish checking on our face of the headstock. You can see once again those lines we're talking about. And this one's not a Les Paul Custom Florentine, it's like a Les Paul Standard Florentine. Yeah, it looks like this one's from 1996 as well. It's got the same Custom Shop Edition decal, the Grover tuners. Mahogany neck, that is a nice mahogany back. You can just tell from this photo that this thing dances in the light. But no binding back here. This is one of the more interesting Florentines I've ever seen show up. I mean, if you got $4,000, you could actually pick between some really nice looking Florentines right now. The problem is it's just not enough people know about these for them to really sell religiously at those types of prices. I mean, everybody's asking between $4,000 and $5,000, but these have been sitting for a while. This would be a hard choice if I just had to pick one of these that was for sale right now. It would not be this one. I am interested in the Supreme Florentine, but let's keep it with these other ones. The blue sparkle is tempting, but I think I would eventually get tired of that. I would have to go with this one right here because the P90s, it's just so rare. But this top is so nice too at the same time. I've never seen a quilty one like that. I wish the quilty one had the P90s, then that would be perfect. In comparison to our Carina top, I mean, the Carina's cool, but I think I would, ultimately have to go with this one. What would have made it even better is if they would have done the Alnico 5 staple pickup in the neck pickup, because then you just have like a freaky 54 Les Paul custom reissue. So once again, even on this one, you can see those lines around there just as I was talking about. Same serial number style. I want to know how this shop, who are they called? Guitar Hanger in Connecticut. How do they have so many Florentines? That must be some sort of a collection that they have in on consignment, or did they hold them back? Yeah, huge collections of guitars that they're selling for a client whose husband passed away 3 years ago. I would definitely say so. A man of discerning taste. And seems like this shop is helping them get top value. Or they just purchased it all from them to give them cash quick and then they can make some money. There's actually quite a few on the market right now. It's a little bit surprising. But anyways, let's go ahead and check out one of these Les Paul Custom Florentines. question left, would you rock a Les Paul Florentine custom or not? Leave your answers down in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we will see you tomorrow on the next episode. Take care.